We're getting ready for another Jets of Time randomizer race. We're doing Lost Worlds this week, which is a very fun game mode. And also on comms, we've got Psuedoarc. How you doing tonight, Pseudo?
I am doing great. How are you?
Oh, doing well. Doing well. Yeah, I really like Lost Worlds. It's a different take. So instead of having 600 and 1,000 unlocked, you have all the other eras in time. You start out level 15, and there's only 5 key items available to find. So it's definitely an interesting alternative.
Yeah, so in Lost Worlds, like Koala said, you start at level 15 and magic is unlocked. No need to visit Specchio. And the 5 key items are the Chrono Trigger, the Clone, the Dreamstone, the Ruby Knife, and the Pendant. So our runners are looking for either the Clone and Chrono Trigger to ascend Death's Peak, raise the Black Omen, and defeat Clean Seal. Or they're looking for the Dreamstone and the Ruby Knife to defeat the Rust Tyranno and then go on through Zeal Palace to defeat Lavos. In this mode, the pendant is only for charging and unlocking these sealed doors in the future.
That's right. Yeah, it's sometimes it can work out and get you a really good items. We'll see if anybody decides to take the investment to charge the pendant, or if it even gets found. Sometimes you just find the first 2 right away.
Yeah, so we'll talk while we're getting set up. We'll talk a little bit about what you should expect to see. So there are 5 key items, and in turn, there are only 5 checks. So the 5 checks are the Era Stone, fighting Guardian and Bits, the Sun Palace, where you fight Son of Sun, the Reptite Lair, where you fight Nizbal, and then you also have the 2 checks that nobody wants to do, Mount Woe and the Genodome. So all of these are open from the start. And so you should expect the runners to clear those first 3, Son of Sun, Aerostome, and Reptite Lair, and hope that they get Go Mode from among those 3 items. And then if they don't, then the fun really starts.
Yeah, it's your choice between Genodome and Woe, and either way you go, if you're wrong, you've spent a bunch of time in a dungeon, and you now need to go to the other one. So it can make for some interesting scenarios. And then they pick up their first character in the Protodome. That's pretty much what you usually see right off the bat.
So I heard Choco talking a little bit before the race, and he says that he might just rush Woe if he's feeling like it. Okay, and they're off.
Oh, fantastic.
So we've got a Chronomer Start. This could be really rough.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough start. Unless you get some good techs, they might be able to make something out of it. But we'll also see who the third character is, because that can make a big difference with these 2. And I'm really hoping that some of our runners can find some ethers.
Oh yeah, so that's the other big thing here in Lost Worlds. Most of the shops that you know and love from the standard game are not available to you because they're in 600 or 1000. So you're stuck with a very limited shop selection. And so you cannot take things like mid tonics or ethers for granted. You did see that everyone got access to what's essentially the Melchior shop with guaranteed revives and shelters, but that's your only shot at it. So you got to stock up at the beginning. Oh, we
Yes,
see
indeed,
Aku
yeah.
accidentally triggered the frogs on the way back out. You can avoid them if you hug the right wall there, but it's so easy to forget.
Oh, nice. Marl started out with Ice 2.
Yeah, that'll
But man,
make
we
things a
gotta
lot
get...
nicer.
Yeah, having an AoE early is also good in this game mode. That's not changed. But we should really hope to see an upgrade for Chrono's Sword. Oh, and
we
Magus.
have
Interesting.
Magus.
Yeah, he'll be probably a welcome addition to the party, at least for now, until someone decides to check the dactyl nest.
I imagine Choco is in character go mode at this point. He loves Marl, and Chrono and Magus are pretty much all you could ask for. They're fast.
Yeah,
Chrono's got the physical attacks, and Magus has the magic. So I think I think Choco's just gonna rush toward the end as fast as possible now.
yeah, I am also a personal fan of that particular team, just because you've got Aura Whirl, Ice Sword 2, and then you can do Dark Matter for AoE. It actually works really well. Better than you'd think just from looking at it initially. And we have the other 3 runners getting their character as well. We'll see, it looks like we have one prehistory from Kyuketsuki. Heading back in time. Now here you can find, oh, he's going right there. You can find another character up in the dactyl nest. There's one more shop available to you. There's a free heal, and then a key item check in the reptite layer. Nice Aku rushing to Son of Sun. He's not even scared.
This is ambitious. Did he find? I didn't see any red vest or red mail because at this kind of HP, Magus actually has pretty low HP at this level. So I don't know if anyone's going to survive the first flare.
Yeah, it'll probably be tough, but possible. I believe in him. That looked like a heal on Chrono. That number looked green to me. I might have been mistaken. Yeah, watch Chrono when he gets hit, though.
Oh, two green numbers.
Okay. I guess we missed that.
Yeah, and there's even a ruby armor in Dactyl Nest, so Choco's gonna feel more confident. Ruby armor resisting 80% of fire attacks and being really high physical defense on top.
Yeah, ruby armor is fantastic stuff. And I did see the Ioka shop does have ethers in it, as well as some other pretty good stuff.
All right, so that's half the puzzle here. So aside from ethers and mid tonics, getting heals is also pretty important. A little less important because in Jets of Time, the Cure 2 spell also restores statuses, so you can rely on Marl a little bit for the status healing.
Plus Cure 2 heals so much HP.
But Cure 2 is just
kind of nice,
heal, I believe, in Jets.
Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed to be a full heal.
In vanilla, Frog's magic status so poor that his Cure 2 is not necessarily a full heal, but in Jets, you can pretty much count on it.
All right, nice. He got Son of Sun pretty much right away.
So
a Lapis.
Choco just got a frog in the Dactyl Nest.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I love Frog, but he doesn't have access to his best items in Lost Worlds. So I'm a little bit more on the fence about Frog when I play Lost Worlds personally, but he can still be a really good addition to the team. But Choco probably going to stick with the team he has now, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, and we saw a pendant from Son of Sun, so that is not what anyone wants to see in a Lost World seed. Now, it's still possible that Aristome and Reptite Lair will have the two pieces of the same Go mode. But if not, then we're going to have some Genodome or Mount Woe.
Now, one silver lining for him is he got that out of the way real quick, so he doesn't, he doesn't have to worry about that for the whole rest of their run. Whereas maybe someone will try and go there later when they have one Go mode item and end up with a pendant. So, I don't know, we'll have to see.
Yeah, so another thing is that speed is really at a premium in Lost Worlds. In the standard Jets, you get pretty much 4 speed tabs without even trying. And here, you only really get 2 without trying. You get 1 from Enhaza, the 6 new fight, and 1 from the tab workshop in Kajar. So Aku might go up that way to get the speed tabs, and he'll be able to charge the pendant while he's up there if he feels so led.
Yeah, and that can be really nice.
Yeah, so there is one in the Genodome, but that I said free speed tabs, and that is anything but.
Now, if there's one person who would go to the Genodome early, it is Akuheish.
Oh, he's a Geno lover, is he?
Sure is.
And
All right, we see Choco coming in.
Kyuketsuki getting his frog.
Fantastic. Is he gonna switch him in? And then CivilChev coming up.
Except he's Pog today.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's coming in. All right. I like it.
Yeah, so Cecil pointing out that the new speed tab is not free, and that is true. The new speed tab is not free. There are actually two different kinds of news there. They can have two different kinds of drops. One is the normal kind that can only hit you for all but one of your health, and the other is the kind that can hit you for exactly one health. So I don't think it's randomized. I think you can learn which ones are which and try to save yourself. But yeah, that fight can kill you. So it's not right to call it free.
Very
Unfortunately,
nice.
CivilChev picked a fight with some of those dactyl nest enemies, and they also are not free.
Oh, those winged apes are, first of all, really fast. And then they'll throw your character either at the wall or another character. And yeah, I would be wary of them. Running is a good option for sure. Also, we see Kyuketsuki checking another shop here in the Trandome. Oh, that's where the red vests were.
Okay, yeah, good call. Yeah, that was pretty heads-up play to buy 2 red vests. They're cheap, and they will have some value in other fights. And
absolutely.
also getting lucky with the Evil Weevils, getting one of the nice holes.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
So the chests down these holes are highest tier, the best possible items. This could really change the course of the race.
Absolutely, you can find, anything from some of the best weapons for characters, some of the status protect helmets like the Prism or Vigil hat. You can find a Mega Elixir, some of the best consumables. And you don't always get to see that tunnel, so it's always fun when you do to find what goodies you get down there. Now it looks like we have an Eris Dome play coming up. Since you start at level 15 in Lost Worlds, Guardian is usually a pushover, but especially if you go to prehistory first.
Speed tab in the first chest. That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And Rainbow in the second. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
We have got a game changer here.
Yeah, that's a strong chrono right off the bat. That's really nice.
And this is pretty good routing from Akuheish because I think I saw Lightning, maybe Lightning 2 on Chrono, so the Nizval fight should be pretty easy.
Oh, especially with that Rainbow, you can just, oh man. Yeah, that's what we like to see. Oh, we do have Guardian over here, so you're going to want to kill the bits before the center. If you hit the bits, or if you hit the center while the bits are up, you'll get counterattacks. It's different if there's 1 bit or 2 bits up. But it has about 300 or 3,000 health, and it absorbs fire. And it does some AoE attacks when it's by itself. That's Guardian. Oh, here we go. So we've got 2 Eris Domes and 2 Riptide layer checks at the same time. Looks like CivilChev is also running with the frog.
Yeah, he really likes that team. You know, and it's fine. It's pretty good. I don't think that you're going to. If he gets the rainbow, he won't. It looks like, but if he gets the rainbow, he might change his mind. But you've got really nice single target damage with Glacier. You've got the frog's heal, so you're not really in danger of dying. It's a safer team, but way less explosive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a big fan of Glacier. I love that move.
Yeah, so Choco already busting out 1k Ice Sword 2s on Guardian, and he doesn't even have a rainbow yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's looking nice. Right. So we see CivilChev getting a couple levels, maybe unlocking a tech that he wants. Some fire trying to get rid of the bits. It wasn't quite enough, but there we go. Just a nice basic attack, get it out of the way. And then we see Nizbel coming out for Akuheish.
Yeah, Lightning and Confuse. This is tailor-made for Chrono.
Yeah, he can just do the lightning right into Ice Sword 2. That's gonna hurt Nizbel. He's not gonna like that.
And it is Akuheish with the rainbow from one of the drop downs, the secret drop downs in Reptite Lair.
Indeed, a fantastic find.
And we've got a 188 damage Frog Squash on Kyuketsuki's screen. That move takes a long time to scale up because it scales up with missing HP and stamina. So it takes quite a bit for that to actually do reasonable damage. So for comparison, you know, Akuheish's Ice Sword 2 just did 2,400 damage to Nizbel. It's absurd.
But yeah, I love the Ice and Fire Sword buffs that came with 3.0. Those moves are just beautiful now. Mermaid Cap, nice. That may come in handy for some stuff way later.
Oh, so I did not see what Choco got from. I was too busy watching the fights. I did not see what Choco got. Oh, he's about to get it. Never mind.
Yeah, you're good. No problem. Here, let's see.
So it was the clone from Nizbel.
And Dreamstone from Eris, okay?
All right, split go mode. That means that Mount Woe and Genodome are on the table.
Yeah, they sure are.
So, you know, Mount Woe is the faster dungeon if you skip as much as possible. Most of the fights in Mount Woe are fights you get into by trying to pick up treasure chests. And if you skip those, and if you skip the skippable fights, the whole dungeon is actually not that slow. Genodome with the bumper bot and all the forced laser guard fights is way slower.
Yes, unless you can pull off the conveyor belt skip.
Even with the conveyor belt skip, you have like multiple. You've got the forced Proto 4 fight in front of the charge up station. You have like 4 forced laser guard fights. You've got to fight the debuggists before you turn into Poyozo Doll. It's a slog.
Indeed, and especially if you're wrong about the item at the end.
Yeah, so this is the optimal thing here, where we have, you know, either place you check, you're guaranteed to get your go mode. So, you know, it's just runners are going to choose whichever one they feel better equipped for.
So Kyuketsuki's about to come out and get his Dreamstone. And then we have 2 runners rapidly approaching their clones. So this is getting interesting here. Alright, let's see. CivilChev's gonna have to handle Nizbel without lightning. But I feel like he'll be fine. It'll just be a little bit more of a consistent fight rather than explosive, I believe is how Pseudo described it earlier.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Frog does not have any good magic yet. No water too for some glaciers. So it is going to be a little bit slower. The biggest thing about lightning is that when Nizville is shocked, he just doesn't do anything. So you don't have to sit through all of his attack animations.
Yes, indeed. Plus it opens him up to physical damage. So if Frog could use a leap slash and actually do damage, that would also help out.
Haste. I missed that. The little treasure chest by the rats and the robot dude was a haste helm.
Oh,
this
wow.
truly is a stacked seed.
That's fantastic for Marl.
So I don't think you need to put it on Marl necessarily. So the thing about the haste helm or haste in general is that it does not trigger for your first ATB fill. It only turns on like the first time you have to refill your ATB.
Yes, indeed. Right. Let's see who finishes this Nizbel fight first.
Well, my money is on Chocosura with the haste helm and the chrono.
Stone for Aku.
Yeah, so Aku just got the bad news, and he's going to be the first of our runners. I think he's officially in the lead at this point because he's cleared out those first 3 easier checks. So now he's the first one of our runners to make the hard decision of Genodome or Mount Woe.
Yes, indeed. We will see where he goes. CivilChev got that in his bell fight. And he still has Son of Sun to do as well, so we'll see if he decides to go there or Eris first.
So
Genodome it is.
going straight to Geno, yeah. So, and along with those other force fights that I mentioned, I even forgot about the conveyor. And here, we're starting the conveyor right at 20 minutes. So let's see how long it takes to clear this out.
Ice 2 bringing him down. Yeah, so it looks like we're still we still got a pretty close race going on here. He's gonna get the pen.
Choco just got his clone, and now he knows that he has to make a tough decision. My money is that he's going to go to Woe, because that's what he was saying before.
Yeah, that would make sense based on what he was saying before the race. It would be really, really interesting if he just flew to Genodome instead, though.
Yeah, right? It'd be really nice to watch it. Because I know that Choco can do the conveyor skip, and so we'll see about Akuheish.
He did it.
He did. All right.
Oh,
well,
my
shows what I
goodness.
know.
Wow. This is great.
Yeah, so Aku is making quick work of the elevator with Dark Mist, and this is just about as good as you can do it. You know, Magus outspeeds all these guys. Dark Mist is a one-shot kill, so this is the fastest conveyor that you can have.
Yes, indeed, Dark Mist.
But it took
It's a good
exactly
move.
2 minutes for him to finish the conveyor.
And of course, you got to get these guys out of the way so you can get the bot up there when you release him.
Yeah, there is no worse feeling than bringing the bot all the way around and remembering or forgetting to clear the debuggists at the end, because that bot goes all the way back to where he started.
It hurts the soul, indeed. Getting some laser spin out of the Protos, or debuggist, pardon me. We have two Son of Suns. Kyuketsuki's just finishing up his Son of Sun fight there. Is he gonna charge the pendant? He is. He's going to go to, well, at the very least, he's going to 12,000, but I would assume that means he is going to charge up the pendant, so.
Yeah, I imagine
it looks like
so.
He wants to hit that before Ares Stones, so he can get that door with the 4 chests in there.
Okay, so Genodome, another reason why it's going to be a little bit slow for our runners is that Magus doesn't have Dark Matter, and Dark Matter is a guaranteed one-shot against all of these, well, at this level, against all these Protophores and Debuggists, but otherwise you have to use 2 attacks, so it's a bit slower.
Yeah, especially when they hit each other with a heal beam. That can happen every so often.
Yeah, right, because Marl is usually not fast enough to go before they get a chance to get a heal off.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we do have a pendant charging here, so that'll be fun, because, you know, those pendant chests, I don't even know if they're better than the average future chest, but, you know, they're still a good shot at game-changing equipment like Prism Specs.
Yeah, yes indeed. Alright, so we have Aku's cleared out the first floor, so now he's going to be electrocuting himself to open the doors. He's got to grab the 2 dolls, and then go upstairs to fight Mother Brain, the boss.
Yeah, you see Aku trying to greed and hit the doll gate and this treasure gate at the same time. You can get them on 1 charge, but I don't think you can pick up the doll while you do it. And you see Choco going to open up that gate by the bumper bot, so he is definitely going to try to do the conveyor skip here. Oh, Aku too, it looks like it's going to try. So this is a tough trick. I think someone said that you've got 7 frames of error here, which is not much for a long movement. It looks like he's got it. It looks pretty clean. Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. First try, wow. Now all he's got to do is bring the bot down to the where those 2 debuggists were blocking the way earlier and grab the other doll. He'll probably grab the speed tab. Yeah, it looks like he's going to do that as well. You can go ahead and just hook the bot down in that bottom part of the conveyor belt. Grab this speed tab, and he'll meet you in the room downstairs, or down south.
And we have synchronized new fights here. I like that.
Wow, yeah, you don't see that every day.
So a nice thing about this new fight is that it gives 90 tech points, and most of your characters have 100 tech points until their 4th tech. So if you happen to spike a Dark Matter or a Flare early, you can go here learn your 4th tech immediately, and because of the tech point bug, also be quite a ways towards your next.
Wow, yeah, that's some juicy tech points right there. He's going back up to Zeal Palace, it looks like. Maybe he wants a new shop item.
It can be nice to check, because at this point, he's probably cleared enough chests that if he sells everything, he could buy something juicy like the Prism Specs. And he probably wants the speed tab up here while he's at it.
Look, Gloom Cape. I didn't see that when Aku was in that room.
Yeah,
it's a really nice
either.
item for Magus.
Gloom Cape is like the least type of all of Magus's best gear, but it's nice.
It does have good defense, yeah, that's about it.
So Aku just picked up an amulet, which is really nice. The one amulet from Magus and the one that he picked up means that, he's probably set if it's Lavosco mode.
Absolutely. And even if it's Omen, he'll be...
Stud.
Oh, beautiful. Even if it's Omen, it'll help with the mutants.
That is true. The Terra Mutant does obstacle, and that can definitely wreck you if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, those mutants, especially the 3.0 versions of those mutants, those can be scary for sure.
Yeah, and Choco also nailed his conveyor skip. We sort of missed that, but it's
yeah,
really impressive. It was not long ago that this was like a trick that no one was doing, but now it's become pretty common. So the community as a whole has really leveled up.
Indeed, so we're about to see 2 Mother Brains. We just saw 2 new fights at the same time. This is getting really, really crazy out here. Now those sets of 6 turrets, that's actually some really nice XP.
It definitely is. It's really nice TP. It's 8 tech points per laser guard. So that's another way to get a lot of tech points if you have Magus and a good spell. You can just come up here, you can do Genodome, and then just rush straight up the elevator and clear out these laser guard fights. And that will also learn you your 4th tech for most characters.
We're getting some sealed door action. We'll see the Trandome ones here. Nothing crazy good. A silver stud is useful. Especially in Lost Worlds if you don't have a lot of ethers. We have another pendant charge. Okay. It looks like we have some runners that aren't... They want some better gear. They want some items.
Yeah, so I think that this is typical of sealed chests. That you open up a sealed door and you get a silver stud and a shield. Meanwhile, the people in Genodome are getting an amulet and a gold stud, right? And this is just what happens more often than not.
We have Mother Brain. She is easiest to kill if you don't delete all the monitors. If you leave one alive, that's usually the best way to go. Using Hypno Wave is a good strategy as well. The monitors are susceptible to status effects, so that's definitely another way to do it.
So it is a little bit safer to leave 2 screens up because one of Mother Brain's moves is inflicts chaos. And I can't tell you how many times I've been greedy, left 1 screen up, gotten hit by chaos, and had my chaotic party member kill the last screen. To the wipe.
Yep, because she'll then do a really strong AoE attack. That's not fun to get hit by. We'll just say that.
Yeah, so Koala just destroyed with, again, 2,400 damage Ice Sword 2s plus the Dark Bomb. Yeah, I think Mother Brain only has like 3,000, 3,500 HP, so that was easy. Okay, Ruby Knife.
Lavos.
And we're in go mode.
fantastic stuff. So yeah, Akuheish, first person to get into go mode. Looking good, but the other runners are not far behind. Chocosura, he's about to get his go mode as well, so then we're off to the Tyranno layer. So that'll be a nice change of scenery from all the future stuff.
Yeah, so with haste and a haste helm and a rainbow sword, Aku is going to have a super easy fight with the Tyranno. This is going to be just just a complete destruction, because the Tyranno, when it drops its defense, takes more damage from physical attacks than magic attacks. It still has it takes I think about 80% magic damage compared to most enemies, but normal physical damage. So the rainbow sword confuses and/or ice sword 2s are just going to direct this thing.
It's gonna be beautiful. Plus, they don't cost that much MP to use. If he puts the gold stud on Chrono, he can ice sword 2 for such little MP. That's really nice.
Yeah, confuse just by itself costing 15 instead of the usual 20 for a top tier tech is a big help. But yeah, with the gold stud, it's who even needs to find ethers at the shop?
And there's barrier drops from those reptites, the purple guys. So that's also useful for the Tyranno fight, even though I don't think it'll come to the attack for that party.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you we are not going to find out. Oh, we'll find out what the element is, but we're not going to see the spell.
But for the other two runners, the more consistent team, the Frog, Marl, Magus, those barriers will probably be quite invaluable if they can't put out all the damage. Hopefully they have Glacier and Dark Matter by then. Glacier being a pretty cheap spell as well. That's 8 for Frog and Marl.
Yeah, absolutely. And our runners on the left side, Kyuketsuki and CivilChev, both do have a silver stud at least, so they'll also not have to drop DPS to ether up too much.
Absolutely, yeah. You got Dark Matter for 10, and then Glacier for 8. Or, well, 8 and 8. Yeah, that'd be a good combo for sure.
And yet, generally, teams that have haste don't have much trouble clearing the Tyranno. But I've got to tell you, I'm really impressed with Akuheish's run. He is, Chocosura is one of our stronger racers, and Akuheish has got an early lead and pretty much maintained it throughout the race. So this is really, really an excellent showing.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Oh, I just noticed from the conveyor belt over there, they got some magic ring drops, which are a pretty good sellable when they get to whatever big shop they get to. Oh yeah, the Kajar shop.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like 3,000 that they sell for. So yeah, definitely you can get something nice.
Because if it was the debuggers, they would get, a bunch of them. But if it was just the protos, they'd end up with 3. So it's a nice chunk of change for sure. Going for the Ice Sword 2 on Mizbel. I don't know if he did the defense down on him. It didn't look like it.
He did one Lightning 2 with Magus, and the thing is that Mizbel 2's defense starts off so high that it really doesn't crack. But after 3 lightnings, when he releases the electrocution energy, his defense actually resets to just standard defense. So if he lives to release the electricity, the next Ice Sword 2 will be massive.
Yep, there's the 3rd lightning right there.
So fun thing, we'll see if we see it, but don't hit him between the 3rd lightning and the release, because he counterattacks with some sort of stop attack.
Oh wow, I've never seen that. I guess I've been getting lucky.
Yeah, you see the 28 Ice Sword 2 after the release.
Oh, that is really nice. another thing, in Lost Worlds, you don't find a ton of power tabs either. So that's really nice numbers.
That is true. And that's that Rainbow Sword doing work.
Alright, Nisbel 2 down. Akuheish moving on. Yeah, it's really close between Choco and Aku right now.
And it looks like Choco's Magus does have Dark Matter, so I guess we can expect all of our runners to have Dark Matter available for the Tyranno fight with some sort of MP reductions. So that should make it nice.
Yeah, that will be very helpful. As the less time you spend throwing MP items, the better.
Aku's given up a little bit of time getting into some of these encounters here. That it can be difficult to skip them all. I'm sure we'll see the skip. Well, I'm not sure, but probably see the skips on Choco's side. And once you hit one, it like gets you off your line, and then you're bound to hit 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, that last floor especially can be pretty tough. There's way more encounters than it seems like when you watch the runners go through it. And then when you actually go up there starting out, there's way more encounters up there than it seems like. But yeah, looking really good so far. We've got Black Tyranno popping out. We have, oh, is he trying the conveyor skip?
He is.
Looking
Looked
good.
a little off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's tough. So the room that Kyuketsuki is in, Corinth found that you can get that treasure chest without triggering the protos, but it's like a pixel or 2 pixel window in your Y coordinate.
Indeed, shoutouts to Corinth.
And we've got CivilChev going for Mount Woe, which might be an advantage because generally speaking, people consider the Black Omen route, which is what CivilChev will find, to be a little bit easier, a little bit faster than the Ocean Palace route.
Yeah, that is very interesting to see him go to Woe, but he's going to find some really nice loot up here. It also depends on how many chests, like you said, that he goes for.
So Aku is really hammering the Black Tyranno. Defense is down. Dark Matter's doing 1,000. Let's check this Ice Sword too.
Yeah, not to mention he isn't even at 4 yet in the countdown.
Yeah, so Ice Sword doing 2,700. So the Black Tyranno has something like, I think the low roll is 7,000 and the high roll is like 11,000, 10,000 and change. So there is basically no way that the Black Tyranno is going to get to the end of its countdown here.
Attempt 2. Oh, he actually didn't flip the switch. He might have had it if he actually opened up the switch at the end.
Third try to
I just realized it was closed.
I think he's cutting those corners a little too loopy.
He's got to open it.
And he's got to open it too.
So hopefully he notices that, or just goes upstairs soon.
So just to look at that Rainbow Sword difference, it's like an 800 damage difference in comparing Ice Sword 2s, which is substantial.
Yeah, that is quite a bit of damage.
Oh, please open the door. Oh, he was basically on time that time. Oh, man. He's so focused on his movement that he's missed the gate.
Yeah. But he definitely can hit that skip, so he'll probably see this and practice it some more and get it down a little more consistently, which means, of course,
Yeah, he
now
had it again.
we all
There
have
we
to.
go. I think Moon was saying once that in the task, they're able to get a charge, flip the switch, and get in all in one go. But I imagine that
Nice.
is frame perfect.
That is definitely frame perfect. Yeah, task spots are always fun to watch. As we see CivilChev taking a rebel fight. It can be a time investment, but they're worth 50 tech points and is it 1,000 XP? I think so. And possibly a good drop as well.
Oh, and Sunshade. Oh, and a Rainbow is also at the new shop. So, Aku doesn't have to worry about that, but there are Sunshades for sale. So I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to go for here.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for something. Chocosura also got Black Tyranno down, so he's right behind him. He doesn't have a rainbow. He might be enticed by it. I don't know if he'll spend the money on it, though. We'll have to see.
Yeah, so like if the Sunshades are going on Chrono, I wonder if Rainbow Sword is a better... Well, I guess Luminaire is boosted by Sunshades too. So I think that Choco between the two would end up getting Sunshades over Rainbow. But I don't know. I don't know what sword Chrono is using otherwise.
I don't know either exactly which one it is for him.
It's CivilChev doing some of the woe skips and gets a Gloomhelm for his trouble. That is nice.
Yeah, very cool. It's Magus' best helmet, gives him 1 speed and status protection, so that's pretty huge.
I didn't even know about the speed until I started playing Jets. Like, I've gotten that helm so many times in a vanilla playthrough and just never noticed. It was like when I was debugging something and thought that I had screwed something up and made the Gloom helm give a speed, and then realized, no, that's intended.
Yeah, and it's a really nice little buff for Magus, who's already really fast. I think he's base 12 speed, right, in Jets?
Yeah, in vanilla as well. He's base 12 speed.
Right, Aku getting into Golem. He's about to enter Ocean Palace, so that's looking pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's making great time, and he's got the elements that he needs. He's having Marl and Chrono do Ice Sword 2 to bump him to ice, and then Magus is hitting with fire, because ice and fire are the 2 elements that are pretty weak from the Golem, and the Shadow and Lightning. They're single target counterattacks, whereas Shadow and Lightning... But, before I even finish the explanation, Golem is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ice Sword 2 is nothing to be... Oh, what is it? Is it scoffed at? Is that how that saying goes? Oh, jeez.
It is.
Okay, yeah, nothing to be scoffed at.
So at 45 minutes and around 15 seconds, Akuheish is heading down into the Ocean Palace.
Yeah, that's looking really good. Plus, he's already... Oh, I just missed the levels. I almost saw them when he saved there. But they're in the 20s, so he won't even need to grind very much at all either.
So I saw CivilChev pick up another Gloomhelm on Mount Woe. And, coming soon in 3.1, you can have use for a second Gloomhelm.
Very true. Very true. Big hand.
My daughter's very sweet. When she saw the second Gloomhelm, she said, if only they could give items to other racers.
Oh. The CivilChev almost up low, maybe beyond halfway up? Whoa.
Yeah, he's right at the end here. He's got one more fight with the 3 gargoyles here, and then the next screen has no encounters.
Oh, and 2 more chests. Very high tier chests. Oh wow. 3000 Ice Sword 2 on the golem down there from Chocosura. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, that's really nice. I didn't check out his shop because that's pretty much in line with what Aku's doing. He might have bought a rainbow, or I don't know.
It kind of looks like it. It's kind of hard to tell Chrono Swords every now and then, but it kind of looks like he changed swords.
Or that might just be sunshades. I don't know.
Yeah, it could just be the sunshades, but that's it. That's a big jump to where he was doing before the last time I saw his Ice Sword 2. Either way, it's just nice to see big numbers like that.
Yeah, and like you said, this is
wow.
a very low tab environment to be seeing those kind of numbers.
Yeah, Aku moving on right away. Feeling good.
Choco is in at like 48-10. So Aku came in with almost a 3-minute lead, I think. That was 45-15 versus 48.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So that is a nice lead, but you know, if Choco spends less time grinding, you know, we could really have a close race here. I mean, it is a close race. We could have a nail biter.
Yeah, it could get even closer than it is now, which is awesome. We got Giga Gaia over there in the bottom left. He does a lot of AoE. It's helpful to do a lot of AoE to him because the attacks come from the hands. It's always dark and then fire. But other than that, that's pretty much the fight, is just try and damage him as much as possible.
Yep, absolutely. That head does nothing by itself. So once you get the arms cleared, it's pretty free.
Going for the frog squash, nice. Oh, we're not even gonna see Aku switch in frog just for the elevator here.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. I mean, we don't know I don't know what position Frog Squash was in, but yeah, this elevator can be very slow if you don't have an area of effective physical attack like Frog Squash or Dino Tail or Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon hit especially is nice as well. Would like a fire whirl work here with the tailspin?
No, because that's going to be still fire element. The defense ignoring part would be calculated before it then applies fire to the whole attack. So you'd still get countered by 4
Mm-hmm. That is unfortunate because that would be a nice easy way out. Not in this situation, but... Oh, nice. So we've got Giga Gaia down. We'll be seeing a Chrono Trigger for CivilChev, as well as Death Peak and Black Omen.
So yeah, Choco is doing what you said, a very smart play. He's getting Frog. Apparently Frog Squash is in the first 3, and he is getting Frog down to critical HP to clear that fight on the elevator. So good call.
Yeah, that'll definitely help. Aku's on the last one. I know he has single target ice and lightning. So he might just do, lightning ice, and then do fire 2 with Magus.
It might even be faster to do lightning ice, fire 2, lightning ice, and just eat the 2 counterattacks instead of letting them, because they're going to do their normal attack. And I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's going for rainbow crits as well, so pretty much just do whatever you can do to get past this one, to be honest. Indeed, we have a shout out in chat. Definitely feel free to follow our runners. They're all really great guys.
Yeah, also follow
that.
UnqualifiedKoala. He does a lot of streaming of jets, and it's a pretty good time. And our restreamer tonight is Procky, so give him a follow if you haven't.
We have a chrono down. Oh no, he's sleeping. He just sleeping. My bad. That man came by.
Yeah, so you can see how long Aku's been on this fight. It's serious, and Choco is now on the elevator, so that big lead is starting to erode.
Indeed, yeah, because you'll see when the frog squash comes out. It's very helpful for this last fight. Oh, he's down just lightning now, and here comes the lightning too. So that should be enough to get him through the fight there. Oop. Oh yeah. Well, they did go to they went for frog first. That was kind of unfortunate, but now unfortunately for them, the frog squash will hit harder.
I think he was at 10 health before, so now they've blunted the frog squash ever so slightly.
Oh, he was lower than 50. My bad. Oh, Aku going right into double golems.
Yeah, it looks like he got both of those skips, so that's great.
And we've got Mother Brain over here for Kyuketsuki, so he will get the ruby knife.
So Aku's at level 31 across the board. That's a pretty comfortable level here.
Yeah, that's a great level to be.
30 is like the minimum that I would recommend fighting Lavos at. And it's a funny thing that the big difference between 30 and 35 is that most characters' HP growth starts taking off at around level 30. So you really get a lot more HP to play with if you take a couple extra levels, and that's a big deal on the Lavos fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Even just 150 extra XP can be kind of helpful. Or HP, pardon me, can be helpful. Oh, that ice sword too.
So Aku's got a little bit of a risky strategy here, where he's going for Fire 2 and then Ice Sword 2, and he really needs to stop and heal up a bit, because this strategy will kill both golems at the same time. Each burp is going to do about 200 damage, and I am afraid of a party wipe if Magus takes a little bit more damage than you expect.
I was really hoping he would hit an Aura Whirl and then a fire right there, but yeah, we'll see if Magus can survive. Oh, he's good.
Oh, Marl had a green dream.
And a green dream. Okay. Nice.
All right, so forget what I said.
Yeah, I was
so that was actually really heads-up play by Akuheish to put the green dream on and just say, forget the burps, I don't need that 4,000 experience, so let's go. So Choco, we just saw, is at level 30. So it's right about there, and after the twin golem fight, might also be at level 31, just like Aku.
Yeah, fantastic. And then I don't think CivilChev had picked up a rainbow, but he does have a Shiva Edge now, if not, so that's another really good Chrono Sword. Oh wait, he's using Frog, though. I think he is
priced into this party, though.
Yeah, he's definitely into the Frog.
Although, upon picking up the Shiva Edge when you're about to fight the Lavos spawn, it is not a terrible idea to tell Magus to warm the bench for a second, and because Confuse was in Chrono's first 3, so that might be worthwhile.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Oh, very nice swerve in between those crackers there. Right, Akuheish going into Lavo's fight. Gonna start out with the shell, of course. We've got CivilChev about to finish Death Peak, and then Chocosura's just right behind him. This might even be the Ice Sword too. No, it's not. I got a little excited. Now the shell is a script of 3 moves. You got Shadow Rains from the Heavens. It will then obstacle you and then hit you with another AoE. What were you saying, Pseudo? Sorry.
I don't even remember. But yeah, you go on, talk about Lavos and what we should expect.
We should expect something like 12,000 HP, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
We've got status protection at least on one character, so that lock, that's not bad. So the characters can heal themselves from lock. So it's not the worst, but it can really hamper your DPS getting locked like that.
Again, it's nice to have that rainbow sword. You just hold X.
One HP on Marl, but she has that green dream. I think it's still on her. I didn't see him switch it off.
No, I think you are correct. That's why Marl got locked instead of... this is risky, though, because everyone's going to be dead except Marl.
I think he's going to throw a life too, and he should be able to bring it back from there. I am hopeful.
And if I'm not mistaken, when you get revived with the Green Dream, that thing I said earlier about haste needing a turn to refresh is not true about the revive from the Green Dream. You will come back up hasted just like you were, I think, but I'm not sure about that. And so it's possible that Aku just does not have Lapises or something, and it's just, well, it's probably faster for me to just die in life 2 than it is to try to heal everyone with mid-taunt. Oh, and there, speaking of party heal, Lava Shell with the nice Mega Elixir.
That's a great drop right there. And yeah, he is being quite aggressive. Well, hopefully that works out for him. But he does have Aura Whirl on backup, which is, that's a great heal. He does use 2 characters, that's the one downside to it, but he's not fully lacking a party heal.
You are, once again, completely correct. He has, I didn't see it, 2 Lapises or 5? I'm not sure. He has a couple, so that's nice.
Oh, nice.
Aura Whirl will definitely heal for more. Aura Whirl will be like 400-ish at this point, and the Lapis is only 200. And CivilChev, blink and you miss it. He's already through Death Peak. He's raising the Black Omen out of the ocean.
And I'm going to be sad if he used Glacier and I didn't even see it. I love that move. I'm going to have to pay attention to see if there's Glacier yet.
Well, if he didn't use Glacier, I don't even know. I mean, what was it? Leap Slash? Leap Slash and auto attack?
Yeah, that would probably work just fine. So we've got inner Lavos here, and that's the worst part about inner Lavos is those boomerangs. Green Dream can be a good countermeasure, indeed, but they're very powerful physical hits, and so it's definitely good to get rid of those arms as soon as possible.
Yeah, so Aku's doing the right thing here, and he is just focusing that arm down. Oh, I thought it was the right thing. Uh-oh. Now he's in a little bit of trouble.
She lives.
That's barely alive. And this is a tough one because he's thinking, no. Oh, man, I would have shot out an Ice 2 there. Because if the Ice 2 killed that left arm, he would have had another ATB to try to get someone up. Because once the first arm dies, the other one heals the head.
Yeah, and that gives you a nice little second to go ahead and react.
But it looks like he's decided he wants to change his equipment up. Maybe put the haste helm on a damage. Yeah, we'll see.
Doesn't have a ton to work with in the armor department.
So now we have a much closer race here.
Yeah, yes indeed, because Choco should be getting through the shell pretty soon here within the next few turns. And now we've got CivilChev about to climb up Black Omen too. So this is looking good. Alright, so this is Inner Lavos. First try.
So I don't know if you'll. So the way that my daughter sees Lavos 2 is that his pecs she sees as giant eyes, and then the little ab muscles are like a nose and then a little mouth beneath it. And so she calls the nipple lasers eyeglass lasers, which I find hilarious.
Fair enough. I like those little. He's got those little bat-looking arms on the side of his head. Little things. I think.
Yeah, he's got like a second
sure
pair of arms. Right, yeah, holding on to his head tubes.
Yeah, those things, I don't know, there's something about those, I'm just like, that's cool and like kind of freaky at the same time. Alright, look, will we see an arm go down? Right. Very nice.
Great. So now you see he gets the left arm down, the right arm is going to take a second to heal. And now he'll have a little bit of a breather to try to get that other arm down.
Yes, indeed. The arms have different HP. The one on the left has less HP than the one on the right.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 or 1,500 difference, something like that. Yeah, unfortunately, the second thing that arm does is the protective seal, which removes your amulet, your status protection. So you really, if you're rich and you have a lot of damage, then you try to time it so that they go down at about the same time, so that you don't get that attack. But I think Aku will be okay.
Yeah, and he has one other status protection item floating, I think, somewhere. Because he definitely just removed Magus's Gloom Helm status protection. And he's going to be casting Obstacle.
Pretty rude treatment here as well.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The Boomerangs took out Chrono and Marl, and now Magus is left to try to get everyone back up.
Ooh, very good. Good on Magus for surviving that hit. That was really close.
Yeah, but now the Boomerangs are back. This could be... Oh, and Freeze. Oh. Okay, that is a wipe. Lavos 2 is not to be trifled with.
Oh, yes, indeed. And here's one thing we haven't seen quite yet today is he can also poison you, which will lower your damage a little bit, as well as do a little bit of health damage every now and then.
Like every hour.
It's not really, that part's not really that bad, but the less damage is what we're mainly focused on with the poison.
Okay, but now Aku's in a nice place. There were heals in a shop, and he was smart and bought like 70, so he was able to keep Chrono healthy, because that's where the bulk of his damage is coming from.
Yeah, beautiful, because I mean, they're only 10 GP. Why would you not get them?
Oh, the Shadow Doomblaze, that should do around 300, 400.
Oh, yep.
I think he's okay, because after Shadow Doomblaze, Lavos spends some time, like, Evil Emanation, attack power up, so it's a while. I would just go for the kill here. I wouldn't even bother getting Lavos up.
Since he still has his Ice Sword 2 capabilities, that's definitely all good. But you don't want to see the second Shadow Doomblaze.
Maybe it's better to do this. So he goes back through the obstacle, Shadow Slay, the whole cycle again.
And I was definitely, I'm kind of worried because you saw how close that first Shadow Doomblaze was. The second one will be stronger. He should have them.
but you see,
There we
if he
go.
had just
Beautiful.
done another hit instead of all that revive. Well, okay, it's good to revive if you're not confident in your menu glitch. So there is a little thing here.
That is
After
true.
Lavo's
Yeah.
core comes up and calls his bits, when the screen goes black, if you hold on the menu button, you can get into the menu and heal up. But I guess Aku did the safe thing and decided to just go ahead and heal up a bit beforehand, because if you're relying on that menu glitch and you miss it, you're probably gonna wipe.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So we've got Choco on Lavos 2, and we've got Aku here on Lavos 3.
I thought that arm was going to go down from that confused. This will definitely get it. Yeah, he's looking good. Oh, we see some ice water. Shoutouts to ice water.
Exactly. Although I think that ice water is basically the strength of ice 2. So in jets, you're not really doing much with it.
Yeah, I just love it because it's, you know, sometimes you get it as like it's your only early AoE and it can just be so helpful like way early on in the game. But
I have absolute fond memories of ice water in Magus' Castle in vanilla.
Oh, very nice. Yes. Alright, so we got Black Tyranno, we got Black Omen.
And Aku did get that menu glitch, so he is all charged up and prepared for this fight.
Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. And get right into those. They're gonna do a lot of damage to center because he's weak to magic. Half his health? Almost. Would have been nice to see a 4K.
Yeah, but you know, there's going to be a dark matter here, and then the next Ice Sword 2 will certainly take it out. That center bit's got 8,000 health. And it's great to be doing it with Ice Sword 2, because if you happen to hit the left bit when the middle bit goes down, then the 2 bits counterattack with X Strike, and that usually KOs a party member.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a ton of physical damage.
And Choco has just started his Lavos core fight as well.
Ooh, this is close. This is so close. I think they both have
Aku
rainbows.
Is crushing this guy, though. These Ice Sword 2s, it's perfect damage for not hitting that left bit. Right bit has 20,000 health, and each Ice Sword 2 is doing 3,600. So you're looking for, you know, I don't know, 7, I guess.
Yeah, he's in a great position here.
Oh, sorry, 6. 6 will do it.
And once center bit gets revived, it's actually kind of worse for right bit, because then he can start throwing dark matters without consequence.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm sort of hoping that Magus, if he has anti-life, just decides to ether up Chrono and then give his life to the cause.
And it's this strategy right here that Aku's using is why I like this team so much. Like, it is fantastic for Lavos. And you wouldn't think of it, because it's just kind of like a weird looking party initially. But yeah, those 3 worked really well together, in my opinion.
No, I agree. This is a very strong team.
It looks like he ran into those metal meats there. It's that one where you gotta like run behind the center guy while the other dude spins around.
Really, I think maybe, or that's the next fight. Sorry, either way, I'm glued to these Lavos fights here.
Yeah, we got a revive coming in. Was that like a slap or something, or a hidden blow? Did you see what happened to Chrono?
I did not. I'm sort of... Aku, I think, has one more Ice Sword too before this.
He's got to be close. Yeah, he's got to be close. But there's a Grandstone coming up.
I don't think Grandstone comes out here. Yeah, and we're done. And
GG's. Very good,
Akuheish.
That's awesome.
So 111, that is a fantastic time.
Chocosura in trouble. He's got 2 party members down.
I would not
Life
be
from
surprised
Chrono.
if that's a PB. That is a wonderful time.
That is a very, very impressive time, yeah.
Okay, and then Choco's right behind, having a little bit worse Lavos RNG. We've got some more physical attacks, knocking out Magus. But I think it looks like he's recovered. I'll see another slap. There goes a slap, and Chrono's going to go back down, but Life 2 will get him right back up.
Yeah, Lavos Core's physical attacks are not very forgiving. Yeah, he's doing a good job handling it right for Chrono again, but he lived that time.
Another slap. How slappy is this
Oh,
guy?
oh my
What we're seeing
goodness.
on Choco's screen is like peak Lavos troll.
This is, yeah, this is actually like hurting me a little bit. Right, so he's got life and life too, though, really helping out, because being able to heal beyond 50 is just so nice.
Yeah, it is nice, but I think that with Marl, it doesn't really matter. 50 and 200 is the same health for Lavos' attacks. But yeah, like Lavos, sometimes Lavos will just sit there and do nothing, and sometimes he does this. And
Ooh,
oh my
he's really
goodness,
chasing it now. He's
this
really
is
chasing
awful.
it.
Oh my god! Now with what happened to Choco, you can't you can't get away from that. Like maybe if you have a frog in your team, you can heal through that, but that is just too much.
Ooh, a
So I don't know.
swallow.
Should we drag Aku in here, or wait
Yeah, I do
for?
not have the capability to drag him.
Okay, that
Looks like
Chev's made pretty
Omen.
good pace through Black Omen while all that's been going on, and he's at the new shop, so get a look at that, see if there's anything spicy there.
Yes, indeed.
We've got synced new shops across time periods.
Right, what does the Black Omen one have?
I didn't see. He went like straight to the cell screen, I think.
Hello?
Is that Hi, Aku?
Hey, Aku.
Jeez,
Wonderful run, dude. GG.
That was so good.
Thanks.
So how did you feel when you dropped down in Reptite Lair and found that rainbow?
Awesome, actually. Like, Chrono was in the party from then on. Guaranteed.
Yeah, you really
time?
made it look easy.
Thanks, I try.
Was that the first time you entered the room? He drilled down to those tunnels for you?
Yeah. Yeah, as I entered,
wow,
he was
nice.
drilling.
That's awesome. And were you excited for the Lavos Go mode, or were you hoping for Omen instead?
It didn't matter what go mode I was in at all.
Nice, just trying to finish.
Yeah, and when I have WoW or Genodome, it's whatever go mode at that point.
So
Very
how did
nice.
you choose between Mount Woe and Genodome when you got the bad news that it was Pendant and then Split Go mode?
I go Genodome before WoW every time.
Fair enough. With a 111, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, it really worked out this time for sure.
And
Yeah,
that
we
was
had
an awesome
Chocosura.
conveyors kit.
Indeed it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, first
Yeah,
try.
first try conveyor skip too.
So is there anything you would have done differently?
Probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was just an incredibly solid run, dude.
Yes, indeed, I agree.
And Chaco's having trouble with Lavos 2 right now.
Oh man, if you ever go back and watch the VOD, right after you finished, I guess Lavos, he exists between multiple dimensions, and he was really mad that you beat him in one dimension and just started slapping and doing everything nasty to Choco all at once.
Yes, yeah. Definitely check this one out later when it's ready to watch. This is really a good race.
I mean, it just slapped and the bits attack, you know, crying heavens or whatever. It was awful. So Choco had a very unfortunate wipe.
Yeah.
But he knows that was RNG mostly, and he's gonna go in and see if he can get a few less slaps. He can probably pull it out. I believe in him.
Did he pick up the sunshades from the shop also?
I believe he did buy the sunshade from the shop, but he did
Okay.
not get the rainbow from the drop down.
Yeah, that was a special drop down.
That was a good one.
Rainbow was for sale at the new shop, but I don't know. I did not check out Choco's gear recently. So we've got CivilChev in the chat that there is going to be a little mini Lost Worlds tournament. So if this stuff looks interesting to you, go ahead, join the Discord, go to the Lost Worlds channel, sign up for that. It's going to be a pretty tough crowd, but it should be a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed, and it's going towards a good cause as well. So that makes it all the more exciting. Choco back into Lavos core. CivilChev getting close to Terra Mutant. And then Kyuketsuki is about to get into Ocean Palace.
Yeah, Kyuketsuki was having a pretty solid run, but he is persistent, and he really wanted to get that Genodome skip, and the Genodome took him a bit of time. So he's been trying to catch up since then. It's possible that he and CivilChev will have a pretty tight finish, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it really
I
depends
agree.
on how these mutants go. Because
Yeah,
there is one thing about CivilChev's team that Glacier is a great spell, but it's single target, and if you happen to get the top of the Giga Mutant down before the bottom does not just die; it starts doing nasty stuff. So it's a little bit risky. Anyway, Aku, you're welcome to stick around with us if you want. Is there anything else you want to say, or maybe you just want to head out?
No, I'll stick around, and that tournament you're talking about, I have entered into that too.
Awesome. So that means this is something. Aku is someone that you have to get through if you want to win that tournament. There are a lot of very strong racers there.
I'm coming for you, man.
Alright. Sounds good. I just have to practice wool a lot more.
Okay, so this Lavos core is going much better for Chocosura here.
Yeah,
it's
this
got
is
centered
more
down.
what you expect.
Oh yeah, throwing those ice swords, oh yeah. That's what we like to see. Here we have Giga Mutant. I think I said Terra Mutant a second ago. We have Giga Mutant first. We do have Dark Matter though, so that will help out. They do also have the Frog's full... I think Frog has his heal. Which will heal everybody in the party for 1 ATB bar, which is a great deal.
Yeah, so it looks like CivilChev is just going for Haste Dark Matter strats. He's probably got that Silver Stud on Maggots, and so he's not going to fall into the Glacier trap here.
Yeah, he's just going to make sure and do it, nice and safe. but also fast with haste. Kind of a good like middle ground between fast and safe.
Absolutely, with haste and a mage, you can clear these mutant fights without too much trouble. It's a little annoying here because the mutant counterattacks with that MP sucking move, but it's still pretty fast. So Choco's got a revival, but he is just going straight for right bit.
It's got to be close by now. He's been throwing those ice
There it
swords.
goes.
There it is. GG. Awesome. So we got second place for Chocosura.
122.
Still a really good Lost Worlds time.
Yeah, still a very respectable time, and which is something with a wipe to Lavos 3. That's a really
Didn't
nice
he do?
time.
He wiped. Did? Or no, that was Aku. Didn't
Yeah,
they both
Aku
wipe
had
all those two one time? Am I making stuff up?
No, Aku had a Lavos 2 wipe and still got a 111, which is just insane.
Yeah, but didn't Chocosura do a wipe to Lavos too, or was it only 3?
I think it was just 3, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask him probably. Nice Giga Mutant down. That was nice and smooth. That was silky smooth. Hello, Chocosura. GG.
GG.
What was that Lavos 3? Oh my goodness, I have not
Oh
seen
my
a
Well-
trollier Lavos 3.
I guess Lavos told me in my head, you're not getting first place tonight. Sorry. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it was actually, it almost, from our perspective, looked like a reaction. It was like as soon as Aku got Lavos down, the Lavos on your screen just went berserk. It just would not stop.
Yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate times where Lavos decides to be Lavos and, give me the business and whatnot. Lavos 2, I think I got unlucky with the boomerangs, which is kind of why
Yeah,
we wiped the
those,
first
yeah.
try.
Yeah, you and Aku both had some bad boomerang luck to start with.
Mm.
And probably the difference maker is that when Aku went to Reptite Lair, the Evil Weevils dug him a little hole that led to a rainbow.
Ooh.
And so that was a pretty hefty damage increase throughout the seed.
I see. Well, not much can be done about that since, they're random and all. So.
Yeah, but otherwise, very
Yeah.
nice run.
Thanks. I was kind of sad seeing the pendant at the Son of Sun, though, because usually when I do Lost Worlds, I'll go to Mount Woe first. I assume that's where the other part of the Chrono Trigger was, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I kept telling people. I kept telling people, kept hyping it up. Like, yeah, Choco said he's going to Woe. We're going to get someone on Woe. Don't you worry. We're going to have Gino versus Woe. But then you both went Gino.
Ah.
So can you tell us why you went Gino instead of Woe this time?
I figured since I already did 3 checks, Woe's a little bit slower. At least to me it is.
Really?
So I figure I might as well try Genodome out. I can do the gauntlet with no problem. So I figured, why not? Let's see what happens.
All right,
Plus
all
I
right.
can-
That's interesting because in my head I've
go
got
ahead.
Woe as the faster one to zip through.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I guess maybe I'm wrong because my daughter says Genodome's faster and you say Genodome's faster. So maybe I've got to
They're
check
really
myself.
similar, depending on what you do in either dungeon. Is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
It depends on the teams too. I mean, I had Dark Mist to blast me through Geno, so I figured I just use that to go through there instead of going all the way up to Mount Woe.
Yeah, Dark Mist is great for that beginning conveyor. It's like just enough for the protos and everything, and he's nice and
Yeah.
fast.
Plus, I figured if I do Geno, I don't have to grind. Or if I do Geno and it turns up Ruby Knife, I don't have to grind an Ocean Palace. So that's my other reason of doing Geno.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
that's a good
true.
call.
Whereas Mount Woe, the encounters up there are all annoying and no one wants to deal with them.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's something that I haven't really factored in.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
laser guard fights in particular are just like massive experience.
oh yeah, good experience, good tech points. Like after running Geno, you don't really need to grind no matter which go mode you're doing, unless you go there early or something.
Yeah, I know that Cthulhu Crisis likes to concoct scenarios in which it's appropriate to go Mount Woe or Geno Dome first, but for the rest of us, probably not.
Yeah. Did anybody else get Frog or no?
You know, our remaining
Yeah.
2 runners are running with Frog right now. So we've got one in the
Yeah.
Ocean Palace and one in the Black Dome.
Yeah, everybody
okay.
got Frog, but Kyuketsuki and CivilChev put Frog in right when they got him and using him the whole time.
Well, I was kind of hoping for like an Ayla or a Luke up there, but Frog, I figured, okay, if he has Frog Squash, then we're fine because we can just do the elevator with that. I didn't even check his text until late in the seed anyway. But thank goodness he had it.
Yeah, we saw that on your screen. We appreciated that. You caught up a little bit. Akuheish, that Rainbow, he had built up like a 3-minute lead when by the time you had both entered Ocean Palace. But the elevator really slowed him down. So you made up a bit of ground there with the Frog Squash threats.
Oh, did he not have Frog or didn't use
He
it?
had Frog, but did not decide to bring him in.
Oh, okay. See, I tell myself if I'm doing the Lavos route, then if I have Frog, check for Frog Squash. If I have Ayla, check for Dino Tail. If I have either one, then at least use them for that. I don't have to use them for the rest of the seed, which is what I did with Frog here. I didn't use him, but I wanted to use him for that elevator only.
Yeah, it's definitely something for everyone out there to know, because that elevator is no joke without an area physical attack.
Yeah, it just takes so long without Frog Squash or Dino Tail.
It's just one of them things.
Yeah. I mean, unless you have something weird like Poyos or Dance or whatever, but other than that, it's really slow, and I don't like slow elevators.
I would love to see a Poyozo Dance elevator, now that you mention it.
I used to do that strat actually. Sometimes I would just go out of my way to find the white lock if I was running the all-girl team. But then I learned about the Frog Squash strat, and I figured, oh, this is much better, much faster. Instead of waiting for 3 characters' turns to come up.
Yeah, but it's way more stylish.
Yeah, I mean,
Indeed.
it is.
Was that an
does it
anti-life I
kill
see?
the Jin in one shot when you do Poyozo Dance on that fight?
The Jin? I don't think you can.
But it should go through the defense. I don't know. It might just kill him outright. But I don't know. I've clearly never
I'm
done
not sure.
Poyozo Dance in the elevator.
Yeah, it's been a while since I did it, so I'm not sure. I know it kills the Scouters in one shot, which is pretty much the main point of using it. But I don't know if it kills the Jin in one shot though. Unless Ayla's magic is high enough, then maybe. But I don't know.
Oh man, CivilChev accidentally hitting this shell of the Elder Lavos spawn.
What do you hit it with?
I think Frog just did a basic attack. But yeah, like you said, we've got some anti-life plus life 2 strats coming up here.
Nice. I don't think I even learned anti-life. It might have been his last tech. Pretty sure it was his last tech.
Yeah, I think
Because
you're right.
I never got it.
I don't think it would have made a difference with your strategy, right?
Nah, not really. I mean, I had the green dream, but I figured just, anti-life's kind of too late for that anyway, so I might as well just stick with dark matter.
Yeah, I am sort of a fan with the Green Dream of doing like anti-life confuse on the left bit, and then you can dark matter to hit the right bit and the center at the same time. But it's but with Ice Sword 2 doing all that damage, probably not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that particular team that you and Aku used is a team that I'm also a big fan of myself.
Yeah, I like that team too. Usually I'm
Mara
not.
in it after all.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Usually I'm not a big fan of Magus, but I mean he came in handy this time around. It was better than using Fog because I didn't have any equipment for him. At least I don't think I did.
Fair enough, yeah. And it's a little bit different with Frog in Lost Worlds because you don't have the Hero Metal or Grand Leon, so he's dropped
Yeah.
down like just a tiny bit more.
Yeah, he's weaker in Lost Worlds. I guess I could have used him as a heal bot, but who knows where heal was in his skill list.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And plus,
What the lava spawn is giving CivilChev some trouble here.
Chrono, Marl, and Frog, it's not a team I favor. There's not a lot of DPS on that team, aside from maybe Ice Sword 2 and Arc Impulse, I guess. But especially in Lost Worlds, I don't really like using Frog in Lost Worlds.
Yep.
In general.
Definitely agree with that.
All right, there goes the lava spawn. Nice.
Was there anything good in the Black Omen, like item-wise?
You know, I have not seen anything good there. I have not noticed anything game
A lot
changing.
of Yeah, there was still Lavos going on in a lot of the beginning of the Black Omen.
So CivilChev's Marl has a Valkyrie, which
nice.
did a lot of the damage on the Elder Lavos spawn fight. I think that Water 2 might be Frog's last skill. I didn't see... Does he have Glacier?
I haven't seen one Glacier yet. I have not seen one Glacier this whole game, so that didn't work out very well for the Frog Marls, but it looks like Kyuketsuki's definitely going to get Glacier. He's farming up, making sure he's ready to go.
Yeah, so we've got level 35 on CivilChev's side. So he's in a good spot.
Oh, and for Zeal, that's very, very good level.
Oh yeah, there were Gloomhelms on Mount Woe. 2 of them, in fact.
Oh, wow. I had 2 amulets, so I
Yeah, that's
guess
right. We saw
I
the
would've-
amulet and the gold stud came out of Genodome, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that was nice. I really like that gold stud drop. And that haste helm I found somewhere. I forgot
Yeah,
where I
that
found
was
the haste
in
helm.
Aristome above
Yeah,
the
Aristome.
rats.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup too. Another thing about Frog that I don't like about him in Lost Worlds is, well, in general, his text takes so long to learn. His last tech anyway. So if you need something important there, like heal or Water 2 or something, or Frog Swash, then it just takes forever to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Even his 4th tech takes twice as long as most people.
Yeah. I guess what possessed me to go right to Son of Sun is because I saw Red Vest in the shop, and then I found a Ruby armor. So I thought to myself, okay, let me do Son of Sun first because it's going to be quicker and he's not going to be too much of a problem with this gear. So that's pretty much the main reason why I went there first.
Yeah, so you and Aku
Yeah.
felt exactly the same way. He bought, Snap bought up 2 red vests and went straight to Son of Sun.
Finally got to see a Glacier. There we go.
Yeah, and we've got the first Silver Stud from Zeal. So CivilChev can get the menu glitch here and try to put that on someone if he wants.
Not quite.
Yeah, it looks like... I don't know if he went for it. I don't know if he knows you can do that. That one's actually way more forgiving than the Lavos one.
Yeah, the Zeal 1 to Mammoth Machine Skip is a little easier to get.
Now, CivilChev
At
is
least for-
being
at least for me.
a little bit I'm scared because this new Mammon machine does not mess around, and if you hit it right off the gate, right out of the gate, you better finish the job because it will kill you.
Who's he using again?
He's got Marl, Frog, and Magus, and he's relying basically on hasted dark matters to get the job done. So
Oh.
he might get there, but if he doesn't, it's going to be a party wipe.
I'd
Does he
like to see one more heal because he's at in the 400s of health, the low 400s, and the Mammon machine can do more damage than that.
Well, especially when he's amping that damage up with every dark matter. I actually want to see a barrier here if this is the strat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh indeed. Okay, we're okay.
That was good. That was good. Okay.
So I guess he calculated. He held off. He only did 2 dark matters. So that was not so bad.
He did 2 at the start. Oh, I'm scared to do 2 dark matter, 2 attacks on him because his energy release is so strong. And, I'm guessing he has above like 500 HP on everybody.
Yeah, he's level 35. So
Oh,
he's got
okay,
a
that's
bit
why,
more
that's
hit
why.
points, and he's
Yeah.
got a bit more MDef. But yeah, I'm with you. On the new
Yeah.
Mammon machine, if I don't have just a ridiculous party, I take my hands off the controller until the energy gets released.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even attack at all until he does his thing, or attack him at least once with something like Antipo 3 or whatever. But I'm scared to hit him twice. at least anything below level 30 anyway.
When he's staying really low health with Marl and Magus, I think he'll be able to finish it off before it releases again, but it's looking kind of sketchy. Although Frog will definitely survive.
Yeah, I think he's okay now. He should
Oh
be
yeah,
able to.
there we go. Oh, point flare.
Ouch. Okay,
That can be
point
pretty
flare
strong
is
single
pretty
target.
bad.
Yeah.
But I think the HP is just about gone here.
Yeah, he's got to be close. He's got to be close. Here, let's see if this Ice 2 does it.
There we go.
Nice. Chuckling up for Marl there.
We've got Kyuketsuki on the elevator, and he's got Frog. Let's see if Frog's at critical HP. Yep. We've got someone's at critical HP. I imagine it's Frog.
It sure was Frog. And
Oh,
now he's at full
no.
HP.
Betrayed by the Green Dream. Yeah, that's a reset. He saved right before
I mean,
the
yeah, you
elevator.
can just pop right out. Yeah, you can just pop right out the door. That's not too bad. It's kind of, oh man, that was unfortunate though.
What happened?
He had Frog all primed with 1 hit point for a Frog squash, but he also had the Green Dream on Frog.
Oh no,
So
I can't do that. I think the same, not the same thing, but a similar thing happened to me on my run. My Frog died on the first battle. It was just one of those situations where Magus was faster than Frog, so I had to get to Frog's menu real quick. Sometimes you can't with his 11 speed. So I think personally it's a little harder to use Frog Squash there unless you're running, say, Frog or any of Mario, Luke, or Robo or something like that, than it is Dino Tail because Frog's slower speed.
Yeah, so he did a pretty smart thing here. After having that trouble a few times, he bumped his battle speed up to max, and that gives you enough time to react. So good problem solving.
Yeah, shoutouts to 8 battle speed.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off.
All right, well, thanks for joining
have a
us.
great night.
Great run. Sorry about your Lavos 3.
It happens. All right, you guys have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, you too. Alright, so this Zeal 2 fight looking pretty good. Gonna get everybody topped off.
Yeah, now it's time for Glacier to shine, because there is another thing that this team does pretty poorly, and it's Seal 2. Dark Bombs really don't cut it.
And if you're using Glacier, you're gonna want to have more speed on Frog and Marl, and that's a little tough in Lost Worlds without all the free speed tabs you would normally get. And they didn't find any like speed belts or dash rings that I saw.
There was a speed tab on Mount Woe, so Marl might be rocking 11 speed, matched with Frog. Although I think that the ATB penalty works out so that I think Marl takes the hit. I don't remember who takes the hit with Glacier. So we've got a black mail or a black vest on Magus. So at least Magus is okay.
Yep. Oh, here's the big one. I think there's mermaid caps. That are great for this particular moment. Nice, those two survived. He should be able to come back from that pretty nicely. I think so.
Yeah, he's got plenty of revives and he's got heal, so we should be good.
And when he is running at full capacity, they're doing just about 3,000 damage a turn. That's good damage for Zeal 2. You need about 10,000 to trigger her first halation attack, which will drop everybody to 1 HP, and then she'll take somebody's MP away. And that's how you know you're halfway done with Zeal 2.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, even if you're not counting damage at the start, definitely count that last 10,000 damage, because once the halation and the MP buster hit, you're gonna get a few of those sky gates, and then she just goes crazy. Then she just starts dropping dark gears and hexagon mists like crazy, and it's tough. Okay, so there's the halation.
Mm-hmm.
We can start counting our 10,000 now. And so Corinth in the chat complaining that Glacier is not area of effect, thinking that it should be. But the devs did think a little bit about that, and they gave Glacier a bigger amplification factor for dropping the AoE. So most dual techs you get plus 25% damage, but Glacier actually gets plus 50 to all of the techs involved. So I sort of like it that way.
It's pretty nice. Although it seems like it kind of makes a little bit of sense that Ice Water would be single target and Glacier would be multi-target, but it's interesting.
Yeah, so Ice Water gets no amplification because you're gaining AoE. So it's just raw ice plus water damage.
Yeah, it makes ice and water kind of unique in a way, so I like it. Alright, nice. So Kyuketsuki here's about to do the double golems. So he's pretty close to his Lavos fight. When here's CivilChev getting sky gates.
Yeah, we still got some sky gates. I think there's 2 more sky gates before you start really getting the pain.
Unfortunately, the dark attacks are not landing on the one with the blackmail.
Yeah, but I think even though I said we should counter damage, I think we're only a few thousand away.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting close, but this could still be kind of tricky. Here's another Glacier. Oh, Frog's totally fine there, no problem.
Yeah, I think here. Oh, he just had
nice elixir.
That's nice.
Very good. I agree with that. See, right there. That was a good idea. Right into another Glacier. He's got to be close. I keep saying that on a bunch of boss fights, but
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
GG.
Fantastic.
146.03.
GG.
And I think that's a Lost Worlds PB for CivilChev. So, cause I think he got his a PB earlier today that was 147, and now down to 146. So GG.
Yes, indeed. I usually miss his streams because for me they're at like 6:30 or 7 in the morning, so I'm usually sleeping when he's going. But man, yeah, he is really fun to watch. I would definitely recommend popping into CivilChev stream. We should beat him, I would imagine.
Yeah, Corinth, I think that would be cool to have vertical AoE on Glacier. But, you know, if it takes away its ability to hit Lavos spawns, I don't think it's worth it. So we've got a nice twin golem fight here, and he's doing the right thing of resetting them back to fire for the easier attacks. And he has red mail, very nice.
Keeping it with the fire and ice.
Hello.
Greetings. So was that a PB for you? I saw you got 147 earlier, and so was this a PB?
No, I got a PB earlier today. I got a 130 something.
Oh, it's 130. Okay, my bad.
No, it's all right. I actually ended. I hit done way later because like I took a few seconds to calm down from the fight. I finished at 146, but I hit the keyboard at 145.56. But that one extra second doesn't matter right at this moment.
That was a pretty intense Zeal 2 fight.
Yeah, no, I was just like, oh god, I'm gonna do the risk. I'm gonna have Marl be at 10 HP so I can wait for Magus to be able to just give her an elixir, and it worked out.
Wait, you mean you calculated it, and you knew exactly how much time you had, and calmly gave the elixir?
Yeah.
Yeah, that elixir was great.
I did not know that you could not find Black Omen in 1200 BC in Jets of Time.
Yeah,
I
that's a
probably
weird
spent
one.
like 5 minutes looking for it
I don't know why that is.
because
either.
I thought that, you know, future, it was too late. Lavos had already consumed like all the life energy, and so you can't actually go through Black Omen. So I was going through 12,000, so it was my only option, but I couldn't find it. I spent like 5 minutes looking for it, and I was just like, all right, you know what? I give up. Clearly the seed has to be clearable, so I'm gonna go see if it works in future, and it did.
Yeah, I could not tell you why it is that way, but it is.
I mean, now I know. No one's half the battle.
But yeah, nice run. I can't remember where you had some. Did you have any trouble? It looked like a pretty smooth run.
I didn't have any trouble. I just had a lot of routing errors and a lot of like unnecessary backtracking that I did. And a lot of just second guessing myself. Like my team, I was super confident with my team. Like I knew I wasn't gonna have to worry about any bosses because it's slow and consistent. It may have been a little faster if I had subbed in Chrono for Lavo spawn, but I wanted Magus to get as much experience as he could get.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we saw that your lava spawn fight was a little bit on the slow side, some anti-life strats, but was Water 2 Frog's last skill?
Very last. I didn't learn it
Yeah.
until after that fight.
Yeah, we saw your fight and saw no glaciers and figured that something was amiss.
Yeah, I had to wait 999 text points to learn Water 2.
Alright,
That's the
well,
only
nice.
downside of Frog is like you don't need very many of his tech, but you know when Water 2 is his very last one, you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
And Frog takes a lot of tech points. You know, more at the start, more at the end. It's just,
Yeah.
it can be a bad time.
He's super consistent though. As long as he has the text, like it's not a matter of bosses beating you. It's a matter of you didn't strategize around the boss enough. Like even Lavos, when he gets ridiculous, having a good frog in your party tends to help make the difference. But I've been practicing Lost Worlds for quite a bit now. I played a little bit of it earlier, but Cthulhu Crisis is going to be doing a Lost Worlds Plus tourney, and I was just like, yeah, I'll be a part of that. And then also, I'm going to be doing a relay race with Saint Von Jester, which is a streamer that I've been racing with every week on Sundays. And we are going to be teaming up against Cthulhu Crisis and Moon Blizzard on a Lost World, followed by a normal relay race, and it's going to be really fun.
Wow, good luck. That sounds like a formidable team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and thanks for plugging Cthulhu Crisis' Lost Worlds tournament, because that should be a lot of fun. You know, a lot of good racers in that tournament, and it's for a good cause. So again, you know, if you're interested, join the Discord, go to the Lost Worlds channel, and check it out.
Absolutely, it's gonna be good times. Other than that, the only thing I gotta look out for is I gotta stop second guessing myself, and I gotta route better. I'm used to whenever I'm in these areas, like I've already hit go mode and I'm just prepping for my go mode, so I have to rethink my mindset whenever I enter, like the Zeal shop, for instance, because it's like I'm not in go mode. I'm checking the shop because I still have other things to do.
Yeah, it's
That's
tough.
definitely a fair point.
You know, Lost Worlds is really all about trying to figure out exactly when you've got the gear and the levels to go to rush for the end, and it's a really different kind of puzzle than the normal game, where usually just in the course of running around, you get all the stuff you need.
Yeah. Recovery items too. My first Lost World seed, I ended up like spending 45 minutes attempting Lavos. Like it took me like 3 different attempts because I didn't have enough recovery items, and so I could only win through meticulous planning and RNG.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was awful. Because I got to Lavos at like a pretty decent time, and then I just kept on wiping, and I finally ended the seed at like 202 something because I wiped to Lavos so many times. Like, it wasn't even Lavos 2. Lavos 2 was easy. It was Lavos 3.
Well, if you want to talk about Lavos 3, I recommend you go back to look at the end of Chocosura's run, because that was the worst Lavos 3 I've ever seen.
Oh,
like
no.
actually the worst. We had
Alright,
slaps, we had those little melee attacks with the bits, we had more slaps, we had
Oh,
crying
jeez.
heavens. It was just non-stop.
I haven't gotten slapped in a while, but knocking on wood. But yeah, that sounds rough.
Why'd you have to go and curse yourself like that?
That's why I knocked on wood. I should be okay. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off. Get ready, because tomorrow morning I got a race. St. Von Jester. We are going to do a race to determine who will be doing the Lost World portion in our relay race. Will most likely be me, because I'm the one that has been practicing, but I mean, he could be surprising me. He could be practicing a bunch off stream. I wouldn't know.
All right, so yeah, everyone. CivilChev usually streams at like 11 a.m. Central Time. That's how I know to check it out. So check
Yeah.
out that race with him and St. Von Jester tomorrow.
Yeah, those are super fun.
Yeah, we're on Discord and chatting during the race, so it's good times.
Yeah, there's a lot of banter, a lot of good-natured ribbing.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. A really nice run, and hopefully.
Yeah. Thanks
see
for
you
having
again.
me. And yeah, I plan to be here and like race every week that I can.
Excellent.
Take it easy, everyone.
Good night.
All right, now we've got Kyuketsuki plugging away at Lavos. He is just disrespecting Lavos, just basic attacking, saying I don't need techs. Maybe he didn't buy heals, but he said I don't need the techs anyway.
Yes, a very bold move.
And there's Lavos, just auto attack the day. Now
Very
hopefully
nice, and we're in.
hopefully he packs some status protection on for Lavos 2, because I don't think you're going to be basic attacking Lavos 2 to death. And Kyuketsuki is a little bit newer to Jets. He might not know the Cure 2 heal status. That's one of the little minor changes that it takes a bit of experience to learn about.
Yeah, because it's such a subtle change. You know, sometimes you miss stuff like that. So yeah. Let's see how he handles this here at Lavos 2. You know, a couple runners earlier having problems with Lavos 2 as well. So, but he is quite beefy. He leveled up a good amount before coming here. So, I believe.
Yeah, I think I saw Frog's heals doing something like 700 damage. Or maybe that was double cure. That was probably double cure. What am I saying? And Choco in the chat is saying that he has one heal that he probably got from a random treasure chest. So I guess on Lavos 1, he was just saving it up.
Nice, that was actually really smart. Good stuff.
Well, I'm hoping he uses his heal on Frog, and then double cures and realizes it heals the status.
That would be awesome. That was a good heal anyway.
Yeah, so we're seeing what the difference a couple levels can make with those boomerangs.
Yeah, much smoother through the boomerang turns for these for Kyuketsuki here.
And also the dark matter damage is just getting insane. So if you don't know magic, the spell power scales in Chrono Trigger with both your magic stat and your character's level.
Indeed. Isn't it level times magic?
It's basically, for non-healing spells, it's level plus magic stat times the spell
Plus
power.
magic, yeah.
For healing attacks, it is just your magic stat, though. So you're not going to get any boost to heal or to heal beam or anything just by leveling up. Alright, here comes the obstacle.
Indeed.
So yeah, I think
two
that Marl's
locks.
wearing Magus's amulet. Come on, use Cure 2. Use Cure 2. Yes.
Just decides to go for a little bit of damage here. Oh wow, Ice 2 doing 1,000. That's pretty respectable, Ice 2.
Yeah, Corin's in the chat with a nice little tip. Don't put your green dreams on Ayla because the res HP is based on the green dream holder's magic stat.
There's the double cure.
And Corinth has the perfect follow-up point that, we saw what happened to Kyuketsuki in the elevator where the Green Dream foiled his Frog Squash plans. But had that been Ayla, it would have been no problem.
Okay, so now we're getting into the good stuff, like, Dark Matter. Looks like he's doing a Leaf Slash and then a Ice 2.
Yeah, and I missed it. I missed what happened. But at some point he did a double cure or a cure 2 or something because everyone's unlocked.
Yeah, he did do double cure. And then Shadow Doomblaze is coming up next, but he's plenty of HP to survive that.
Yeah, you almost feel bad for Lavos here, but then you remember what he did to Choco, and you realize that he deserves this.
He sure does. Yep.
Yeah, never feel bad for Lavos.
Didn't see that elixir drop either of the other times. That's a pretty good drop. Because you can actually use it in the next fight.
Shell dropped the Mega, and now Lavos 2 dropped the elixir.
We see a menu. Let's find out.
Nope, no menu glitch, but it's okay. He had pretty high health going into this.
Nice, going for a haste.
Yeah, we should see the center bit strats, I imagine.
I would assume so as well, because he hit the glacier on him. That'll probably do a lot since he's weak to magic. Dark Matter did a good 2k. Magus doesn't even care about that hidden blow. Marl, the only one with status protection, has now lost it.
Yeah, that's a little unlucky, so we could still be in for some trouble. Because if he gets hit with a party-wide lock, I don't know whether he still has that one heal left in inventory.
Even if he does, you'd have to do a Cure 2 to get the full Cure.
He's even at the HP totals where he doesn't even care about the X-Strike counterattack from left and right bit.
That's kind of a thing of beauty. I appreciate that
That's a good point. That if he goes into that the Millennial Fair time period and does the random status effect, we could get some stops. We could get all sorts of gross stuff here.
Center bit's down, that's good.
Magus shrugs off the X-Strike. Alright, let's get some glaciers on this guy. Yeah, the one thing about haste is that it does make anti-life a lot worse. Because, you use anti-life and you lose all those wonderful buffs that you put on Magus.
Yes, indeed. We're going for a re-haste when we could be doing damage.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever cast Glacier before. It's something that you don't really do in the vanilla game. It's really something that I never used until Jets. And so he probably doesn't even realize, just like we were talking before, you imagine that you toss 2 area of effect techs into a blender and you get an area of effect tech out, but you actually don't. So I guess he's just going to bide his time, do some leap slashes, and now Lavos is in trouble because he's got the center bit back, and the dark matters will recommence. We really like to see that heal to the center bit, because the longer the center bit stays alive, the longer he can keep the dark matter spam up.
You love to see a good dark matter spam. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. And this was a nice seed with silver studs or gold studs, either way you went. So we've got a lot of spell power here.
For the ice 2s, which are actually doing really nice damage.
Yeah, that level up, you know, every level gets you extra magic points and 1 extra level up, and just really boosting that spell power.
Now, one thing I'm seeing right here is that Pog has very little MP. It's a pretty easy fix, but oh, see, now he'd have to heal Magus and then restore Frog's MP. But he's also been doing quite a bit of damage to right bit, so
And he's got that
it's looking
Megalith.
pretty good.
He does still have it, right? I don't think he used it on levels 2.
You know, that's a good point.
Unless like sometimes our drops random and sometimes you miss it. Maybe he got the rare drop from Lavos and missed the Mega Elixir.
The defense back up there. And defense back down. That was a really good chance to throw in an elixir.
Now look at Marl, 572 damage with crits. Not bad.
Done with the basic attacks instead of like Dark Bomb and Glacier. But I mean,
Yeah, so you know, Kyuketsuki is a little bit newer. Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago, I think was his first race with us, and he was completely fresh. So this is a really good time for him. Yeah, he's got a lot of little things to learn, but a very solid run for how long he's been around.
yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. Alright, middle coming back out. I really don't think that's even a problem at this point. He's been chipping really hard on right bit, so I feel like we're getting pretty close.
It's
Let's
definitely
start
Lavos'
coming
worst
back
move
out.
to bring center bit back, because now the dark matters are back in full force. And there we go.
There we go,
GG.
GG. Nice.
Yeah, Choco not salty at all. Just notes that with all that, Lavos did 0 slaps to Kyuketsuki.
That's a fair enough point to bring up. You know, I don't blame him for bringing that up.
So Rando gonna Rando, but Lavos also is gonna Rando. And we've got Kyuketsuki with us in the call. So GG. So Rando gonna Rando, but Lavos
I knew I forgot
also is gonna
something
Rando.
important.
What did you forget that's important?
There's no ice leap.
There's no what?
Ice leap. I forgot that there's no dual tech for ice and leap. I was like, I had in my brain because I always got Luca in these runs.
Yeah, so what you can do, it's actually better that Ice 2 and Water 2 give you Glacier,
But
which
Glacier
is
was
a
only
really powerful single target spell.
Glacier was only doing like maybe 300 more, and it was costing me way more, so I was avoiding that.
I mean, maybe it takes a little while for your magic scaling to get there, but Glacier is a pretty solid choice.
Yeah,
But GG anyway, you know, that's a pretty respectable time.
yeah. Full AoE comp goes into Lavos and cries. That's basically the entire run for me.
You know, one of the few people thinking back and wishing they had gone to Genodome, and wishing they had gone to Mount Woe and gotten the Black Omen Go mode.
Yeah. I think the thing that I learned is the two characters I disvalue the most are both Chrono and Magus, because they're very well, Chrono is Chrono and Magus is only AoE, and I really hate doing Lavas with Magus because of that. So it feels like half the time that he's just completely worthless to me.
Yeah, so you know you do have the option of dark bombing right bit. It's a little slow, but it's okay. And you know in Jets, this is something that uh, is specific to the randomizer. We took Black Hole, chucked it into a black hole, and gave Magus this new spell called Anti-Life, which is a heavy physical damage attack, or sorry, heavy non-elemental damage attack to a single target that does kill Magus at the same time. So you know you can also anti-life, life, and yo-yo him to victory as a possible strategy as well.
I mean, it is a possible strategy with Marley with Life 2. But there's the same reason that I hate both Frog Squash and Dino Tail, and that was evident on the run as well.
They have their uses, but okay, sorry, they have their use, and it's the elevator in the Ocean Palace, and not much else. But yeah, still a nice run. You know that Genodome conveyor skip is a beast, but I'm confident that with a little practice you'll get it.
I did it first try yesterday and practiced for this. I was so mad because it took me 7 times. I'm like, I've wasted too much time. I'm just going to do it properly.
Well, the heartbreaking part was we were watching you do it, and when you got it, you did the movement and it was all perfect, but you hadn't hit the
Hit
switch
the
to
switch
open the gate.
first.
That was heartbreaking. There might have been 2 times that you got the movement, but just didn't realize. So focused on the movement that you didn't realize that the gate was down.
Gate was down, and then I'm like, that's when I should. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard not to sort of tilt a little bit when that happens.
But yeah, you're definitely pretty much there on that. On that. Yeah, good stuff.
How do people deal with the lag of the bugger? Because it seems like every time I try and do it with the bugger up, I can't do it with the latency on S9S.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't know. I think you in the past you've said that your computer's no, maybe that's not you, but I don't have a problem with latency with the debuggist around.
Because like I know that you get simulated latency on that, and there's certain ones that I can do in certain emulators, and I can't do in another one. So
Well, you know, if it's a problem, it's probably still faster to kill the debuggist and then do the run than to go around the long way.
I'm just trying to think. Was it better for me to bring Chrono instead of one of the others at that point? Because it felt like it was this run that I should just drop Frog and just go with Chrono instead.
Well, our two top finishers both opted to bring Chrono.
Okay.
And, my personal view on it is that, with Magus, Chrono, Marl, you've got one great magic damage dealer, you've got one great physical damage dealer, and a reasonable magic damage dealer if you happen to end up in the Black Omen, and you've got haste to basically double that DPS. And you found a silver stud along the way, and that's sort of the last thing that you're missing to really make haste shine, is a way to keep yourself from having to check out an ether every 2 seconds. So yeah, I personally would have been running Chrono, more speed, more power. Um, but Frog is a much safer option with the heals. So it's partially preference, but if I had to make a call, I'd say Chrono was the
I
better choice.
definitely was feeling the wrath of not having a dual tech this entire run, so I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
Yeah, so we had I don't want to make you jealous, but we did have some 3,000 damage Ice Sword 2s, and in the case of Akuheish, who had a Rainbow Sword and Sunshades, almost 4,000 damage.
I saw the
So,
rainbow and I immediately started smashing my head in the desk on
oh,
that
did you?
when I
So
saw it.
the question is, which rainbow did you see? Because there were
Uh,
actually two in the seed. There
uh,
was one in the new shop and one down one of the secret holes in Reptile Lair.
new shop. I saw it in new shop when I saw the sunshades, and I'm like, I had sunshades and rainbow, and I didn't bring Chrono. That sounds like a seed for me.
Yeah, so Chrono definitely more gear dependent, but this seed did support him. And it's a big deal in Lost Worlds. Chrono and Frog, if you don't get a sword for them, they can just sort of be lumps. And if you're gonna choose a lump with 12 speed instead of 11 is what I would say.
Okay.
13 with the bandana.
Again, like one of the two times that I've had. I'm sorry. This is the only time I've ever had both Chrono and Frog in a seed, and I had to make that choice. I'm like, well, I just made the wrong choice, and I felt it the entire run. So thank you though.
Yeah, it's pretty sad because in the vanilla game, Chrono and Frog are sort of like early vanilla. They're X striking everything, and you think it's the coolest thing. But then the come down is pretty harsh because late game they're just not that good
They
together.
are late game rocks, and that's something that I fully embraced on that one. It's all about that Ayla, the Robo Life, Luca. Love all three of those, and then when I have to, I bring Marley or Magus, and that's basically the way I play. So
Yeah, and unfortunately, Lost Worlds is one of those if you have to kind of game modes. The seed dictates a lot of that to you.
actually, yeah, that's something I really love about Lost Worlds. It basically makes you put yourself outside of your comfort zone, play against your strengths.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I think that if you play a lot of Lost Worlds, you will get better just at the normal run. Your end game gets a lot better because you're forced to fight Lavos with very strange teams and very strange equipment sets, and you become comfortable with a lot broader set of teams. So absolutely, that's a great attitude to have.
I'm just happy I made it through the obstacles. I forgot that obstacle did lock, and I am very much regretting my choices to keep the amulets in my bags as well. That's the other thing I learned from this one.
Yeah, so that's it's a good thing you brought that up, and I'm not sure this is another little jet specific tweak, but Cure 2 heals status in jets.
Oh, see, it
So
doesn't say it on the tooltip, so I didn't think it
it
did.
yeah. Yeah, so that's something that maybe we could do better at. Uh, but yeah, we saw that you got the status with double cure a few times, but even just normal cure 2 will cure status.
Because it just said fully, and I'm like, I didn't read that. I didn't understand that that also cured status. I was like, oh, that just heals me, and that doesn't do anything for status. Because Kiss has the special text on it that actually has the status cure as well. So
Yeah,
but that's
well,
important to
it's
know.
it's
Thank you.
unfortunately a little bit annoying to change a tech description, but yeah, that is a good thing to keep in mind.
Well, that's good because I thought I was going to soft lock on going into Lavos too, because I only had 3 eels. I'm like, if I wipe, I wipe. I'll just forfeit. I'm not going to hold you guys all night.
All right,
It
well,
was a great run. We appreciate you coming out.
yeah, I really appreciate newer runners who have the guts to come out here and get restreamed. And you're making quick progress, so thanks again.
Don't sugarcoat it, but thank you guys. I apologize I didn't get done in less than 2 hours. I was hoping to do that before the end of this week, and I didn't do it. So cheers to next week. That's my goal.
Great attitude. Yep, we will see you next week. So yeah, you all out there, follow the runners, Kyuketsuki, Akuheish, CivilChev, Chocosura. Follow Koala.